Hello and welcome along to another episode of this FM19 story, The Head Coach with me, Daniel. It's Season 4, Episode 10, and after a season that started with frustration in the Vanarama National League South, we finish it with a playoff campaign, a surprise one at that, in League 2. For those of you who missed the last episode, it was very close, but we just about scraped in 7th place in the end, and the team we drew against Chesterfield pipped Forest Green to the post for 3rd place, and as a result, we're playing Forest Green today in the double header. We played them 2 league games ago and beat them comfortably at 3-0, so I'm hoping we'll be able to do the same again, because promotion is very much needed financially, even though it would be a surprise given the position we were in. We've got the board on side, so we haven't got to worry about losing. Our remit when we came in was to reach mid-table, pull away from that relegation pack, and the fact that we've got up to 7th place and are enjoying the playoffs is testament to the work we've done, although I must say Paul Jewell needs to take some of the credit. So nothing's happened off the pitch in the last week. We're just going to get straight on into the first leg, which is at home because we finished lower in the league. But we're heavy favourites because of our form. That Chesterfield game was the first one we hadn't won in 6. There's no real surprises in the lineup. I think we've just made the 2 changes from the last game on camera, which was Flores coming in attacking midfield for Berry and Ferry coming in central midfield in place of McKee or Ward, whichever one started, I can't quite remember. So the lineup in full, George is in goal, the hero from the Chesterfield game. Wilding and Georgiou continue at fullback. Georgiou's been a revelation on the left-hand side, and I almost think he might become first choice next year. Wilkinson and Denham are the centre-halves, Ferry and Smart in central midfield, Kennedy, Flores and Archibald in behind Walland up front. We've got loads of game changers on the bench, the likes of Berry, Whittaker, McKee and Ward, all there to come on if need be, and we're going to get into this first leg full of confidence. Let's see if we can put ourselves in a good position before we go away to Forest Green. They're playing their same 4-4-1-1 formation. We're hoping Ben Reeves, who they've got in the number 10 role, will score an own goal again, just as he did a couple of weeks ago. We're going to tell the lads to get out and impress me. Paul Jewell said not to say anything, but I'm not having that. We're just going to say we hope so. It's a different challenge for us. We're not getting too involved in the tunnel interviews. We don't want to say anything controversial. But we're starting off with the kickoff, and Flores finds Smart. This is the first playoff campaign we've had in either FM18 or 19 on camera, where I've not really been nervous because we weren't expecting to be here and we're not expecting much out of it. Normally I'm hoping we can get there once we get to this position, but I'm just happy to be involved. Flores gets the ball back to Smart. We've started well in possession. Already had 3 shots, but largely from distance. Archibald has a good 4th one though, the first on target, and it's a good save by the keeper down to his left. We're coming forward again with Wilding on the right as the ball was hacked out of the area. Smart finds Flores 25 yards out. Inside to Ferry. Goes for the shot and it's just wide. And with 5 minutes gone, we look so dangerous. And surely it's just a matter of time. Shepherd at the back for Forest Green with possession as they look to create their first chance of the match. He loses it to Walland, but it's won straight back by Digby. Sibley's bringing it forward for them for Ferrugia. He was the one danger man for them a couple of weeks ago, and Archibald's charging through the defence. He got through the midfielders easily, and it takes a sliding tackle to stop him. Smart's got the ball to Flores. 35 yards out. Again, we're trying to build a patient attack. Kennedy cuts into Ferry. Goes for another shot. I was about to go mad at him for that, but it was a great save in the end, and it's a corner kick for Kennedy, which Wallen loses out, but it falls for Denham. The shot's blocked, and he's cleared away, and now Reeves will bring it out for Forest Green. We had a warning to close someone down, so we're going to go back and do that, and hopefully the highlight ends with no danger to our goal. Just 10 minutes to the break, it's settled down a bit now. We haven't made our dominance count. Forest Green haven't registered a shot at all, let alone on target. We've had 6 shots and a couple on the target too, but nothing's come of them yet. Ferry's got the ball into Flores. We keep shooting from distance for some reason, and that one again is straight at the keeper and is very easy for them to deal with. It's half time. We haven't had great chances, but we have dominated the game, and it's a bit of a shame that we're not going into the break ahead. We're going to encourage the lads, as Paul Jewell says, or are we? I'm going to go off the handle here. We're going to tell them to prove a point. They're all motivated, and let's hope they get up for this second half and really go to the sword with Forest Green. Booth's got the ball on halfway to Ferrugia. He's coming down the right-hand side. There's no pressure on him. It's a bit easy, and he finds Miller. Great effort on goal from him. They've only had 2 shots, but they've both been on target. It's the first highlight we've seen for one, and George is forced into a brilliant save. The corner leads to a free header, but luckily it's over the bar. Early warning signs in the second half, but it's still 0-0 as Kennedy has a free kick. It's just wide of the post, and we don't look like threatening the goal in this half. It's a long goal kick from Forest Green out to Farrugia on the right. He's charging down the line. There's no one really pressing him again. He's proving to be the danger man for the second time in 2 games. And Kennedy now comes forward on the counter-attack. He finds Walland, giving the ball away, but it falls luckily for Kennedy again. Ferry gets it inside to Smart. Smart finds Flores, 25 yards out to Walland, goes for the shot and it's in the bottom corner. We lead 1-0 after a pretty poor start to the half in all honesty, but we've got the goal we deserve over the course of the game and we lead 1-0 with 50 minutes gone. It's a throw on the right for Forest Green. They continue to have the dominance in this half. A brilliant challenge from Wilkinson there. And it's behind for a Forest Green corner. We've got to try not to give him a free header again this time. It's into that front post, but Wilkinson's there. And it's back out to Reeves again. Digby at the back post unmarked. Pivot scores, but he's offside. And nothing makes me happier than that. As I've mentioned a couple of times, he used to play for Luton on loan. And he was quite lazy at the time. So I don't really have any good feelings for him. But Archibald on the left now back to Smart. We're coming forward again with another chance to counter, but it's a poor ball from Smart and it's intercepted. Reyes at left back for Forest Green. They've got so much time at the back. We don't really press that high up. Once we lose the initial ball, we just find a shape. Denham heads the ball away, but only as far as Miller. To Berry, who's come off the bench. He was good for them in the last game, but this time he's put it comfortably wide. An hour gone, we still lead, and we'll think about subs in a moment. 20 minutes to go. Kennedy with a free kick into the back post. Wallen puts it in. It is 2-0 now. And Kennedy was the man I was marking to come off. I might have to wait a minute to see what his rating changes to, because that was a fantastic delivery. It's Sterling on the right for Forest Green with a throw. If we could get a third, I'd feel like we're almost through. Wilkinson finds Flores. Wonderful touch and through ball. Wallen's into the area, goes for the shot, but Ashby Hammond saves down to his left. That could have wrapped up the game. Let's make a change or two. We're going to change both central midfielders. McKee and Ward will come on. They've been quite weak. And Ben Kennedy, despite his assist, is still on a 6.8. Archibald goes over to the right-hand side. And on the left, we bring on Morgan Whittaker. Luke Berry has to settle for an unused substitute position. But with 15 to go, we look comfortable. Although we've got to defend the corner well here. Wilkinson heads it away, but only as far as Miller. Back to boot. But it's easy for George. And he comfortably holds. Wonderful goalkeeping again. And we keep our 2-goal lead. It's another corner for Forest Green. Reeves this time with the ball in. Berry knocks it on. It falls for Miller on the edge again. This one was closer but still wide. And we survive at 2. But it's starting to look a bit dangerous now. It's another free kick for Sterry at the back. He finds Reeves. Sibley over halfway. They've chucked 3 up front now. They desperately want to nick a goal in this tie. Reyes delivers. Georgiou heads away. And Flores fixes it on for Walland. He's got to hold it up here. He does more than that. He beats 2 men. But it's a good challenge in the end and Wilkinson clears. Now it's Ward out to the left to Whittaker the sub. Can he take a man on? He can't. He holds it up. He goes backwards in the end. Now Ward again. We're just trying to build it. We're in no rush to get another goal. But that Archibald touch is terrible. And we could be in trouble here. Piggott down the right hand side for Forest Green. Delivers the ball. Wilkinson heads away. And Sterling intercepts. He shoots and George makes a brilliant save. He was forced into it by a wonderful shot from the fullback. But he just did enough. And we've paused it to make some changes. We need to keep this 2-goal lead now. We're going to go as defensive as possible without overdoing it. We're going to slow the pace down. We're going to regroup when we lose the ball rather than press. But we're still not going to drop from our balanced mentality just yet. Corner kick for Forest Green, then from that save, Reeves with the outswinger, but we don't even get to see what happens, so it can't have been that dangerous, and we stay on balance for now. I'm so tempted to wind it up to cautious, but I'm going to leave it. We need to make sure that we don't give them a route back into it. Reyes nods the ball down the line, but Ward will get there. Ward finds Archibald. It'd be a great time to score a screamer. McKee's on the edge of the box. Will he get the shot in? He doesn't. The final whistle goes. It's a brilliant first leg performance and a comfortable 2-0 win. Wallen continues his good scoring form and we go into the second leg in a fantastic position. We've told the lads we're happy with that. It was a really good performance against a decent side. We've beaten them 5-0 on aggregate in the 2 home games, but we've got to go to the away ground, and that's always the most difficult bit. We'll see what was said about this one. Quality finishing the difference. It was, but we did dominate the game. I know the possession was even, but there's nothing to possession if you don't create chances. We'll be back in a moment for the crucial second leg. Time for the second leg then. 4-day gap. It's quite nice for the playoffs. We don't normally get more than 3 days. So hopefully we'll be able to make that count. Although we have got a couple of injury concerns. Morgan Whittaker's out for this one with blisters. That's a bit pathetic by my reckoning. And Harry Draper's on the bench. But he is on painkilling injections to be there. We've had one ballsy call from Paul Jewell. He's told us to take Ferry out of the team and put sub number 10 Luke Berry in central midfield. Now in real life he's very good at it, but here it's not a natural position for him, so we'll have to see what he can do. Forest Green are slight favourites at home and we're going to pick the team just now. Hopefully everyone else is fit. Whittaker has to come off the bench. Ollie Greaves is just back to fitness and he'll come on instead. Berry will come into the team for Ferry because I trust in Paul Jewell, although you can see he's nowhere near as good at it. We were going to drop Kennedy for this one, but with Whittaker injured, there's nothing we can do about that. I think everything else is going to stay the same. I was thinking about taking Smart out as well, but we need a defensive base with Berry coming in. So the other 10 are the same. It's George in goal, Georgiou and Wild in the fullbacks with Denham and Wilkinson at centre half, Berry and Smart the two in midfield, Kennedy, Flores and Archibald in behind Walland, and lots of players on the bench, but not quite as many as normal that can change a game. And all the ones that are there are central midfielders. Let's get into it. We've just got to hold them off and fingers crossed we can do just that. We're going to start with our normal game plan. We're not going to go defensive. Forest Green are playing the same formation, so we're not going to change much at all. We're not going to allow complacency in. Most of them are motivated and focused, so hopefully that'll work for us. We've looked good in training. Whittaker wasn't starting anyway. They've got a packed house at Forest Green. And one note from the first leg, we got record gate receipts for the club, which has put us back under $1 million in debt. Georgiou on the left to Berry. The highlight ends and I'd quite happily not see another one in the game. But as it is, Reeves has a corner. Denham heads it away, but only as far as Clark. He finds Farrugia. It's blocked and it goes out to Anderson and now Clark again. Anderson keeps the ball. Can we get the pressure on? We can. Two men team up and Archibald brings it away. They're getting back at him quick, but Archibald keeps possession. Very sensible. And the highlight ends with the ball deep in Forest Green's half. Nearly 20 minutes gone, Berry's got the ball in midfield. It's been a very boring game. It's only the second highlight we've seen, but we're very happy with that as we're the team that haven't got to chase it. Clark on the right to Sterling, who nearly scored a screamer at the end of the first leg. It would have been undeserved, but it was very close and forced a great save from George. Reeves gets the ball to Anderson. They're starting to keep possession quite well in here now. Clark charging forward. There's no pressure. Goes for the effort. I thought it was in, but it's just wide of the post, and I should have trusted George had it covered. Flores with the ball in the middle. Reeves commits a foul on him. Farrugia brings it down the left-hand side for Reeves. Over the top, but Denham intercepts. Now Berry in the middle. Can he create something to justify Paul Jewell's decision to include him? Goes to the back post to Kennedy. Archibald with the assist. A brilliant cross and finish. And Luke Berry created that chance. Paul Jewell, you've got it absolutely spot on, son. Free kick from Kennedy. Oh, it's a good save by the keeper. I don't know what he's doing the second time. Wilkinson's holding it up and goes back to Kennedy on the left again. He's justifying his inclusion too. He wouldn't have been playing if Whittaker was fit, but as it is, he's been a game changer for us. The three of them have been brilliant. Let's not forget Archibald's cross, and Luke Berry's back there mopping up at the back now. Kennedy gets the ball 30 yards out to Flores. With 3 goals ahead, surely we're going to do it. We're going to get to the Wembley final as Kennedy goes for another effort, but it's just over the bar from 25 yards. Half an hour gone and we're completely in the ascendancy. We're looking forward to the break where we can just tell the lads how brilliant they've been. It's half time. We lead 1-0 on the night, 3-0 on aggregate. You couldn't ask for much more than how we're doing now. Paul Jewell's telling us to tell him it was excellent. That's exactly what we were going to do anyway. We didn't need help with that one as Forest Green kick off in the second half. Ferry gets it out to the left back in Reyes. Goes long over the top. I wonder if Forest Green will be a bit more direct now as it's a dodgy back pass, but George can deal with anything and he's cleared it long downfield. It's another Forest Green corner though. Digby at the front post and what a save from George. Is there anything that man can't do? Wonderful stuff, and now Kennedy has a set piece. He's headed away. Doesn't really beat the first man. He's been poor aside from his goal, but his goal made all the difference. Sterling on the right to Anderson. Now Berry. 30 yards out for them to Reeves. He's got space to run into, and guess what? George is equal to what he throws at him. A wonderful save to tip it over, and it's a corner kick for Reeves. He gets it into the front post. Wilkinson's fouled, and we'll deal with that comfortably. An hour gone, it's a throw on the left for Forest Green. Reeves gets it from Reyes and plays it back. A lovely one too, but it's going absolutely nowhere for them. Berry finds Smart for us. He finds Flores. He can switch it out to the left now. They're just keeping possession. It's so professional. Georgiou at left back again's having a brilliant game. It's been an absolute revelation. We stumbled across it. We can't take any credit. It's purely because of an injury and not having a good backup. As Kennedy surges again, but the keeper's equal to that, and it's a comfortable save. We're going to make some changes early in this one. one. Berry's not been the best and he's looking complacent. We'll take him off now. He's done his job, to be fair. He got the ball out wide and it created the assist for the goal. Joel Ward goes into the deep line role and Leon Smart's the box to box. We're going to drop Ward to a defensive deep line playmaker just to make things a bit more steady in there. And we're also going to keep Smart in that sort of role, but as a support instead of defend. Wallen's not had the best game, but I don't really want to risk injuring Draper further. We've also got Flores, who's not having the best game, so we'll bring on McKee for him. The reason for that being that we've then got a more defensive option in attacking midfield. He doesn't need to be a shadow striker. We're going to drop him down, possibly to an attacking midfielder, but this time just on support. It should see us out the game. There's no reason for us to chase it now, and we're comfortable at 3-0 on aggregate. 20 minutes to go. It's Forest Green with the ball on the right. Clark inside to Anderson. Now Boot. Back to Anderson again. They've got to switch to the left to Reyes. No one's out there with him. Reyes goes for a speculative effort. I have no idea why he didn't cross that. It's wasted. It's nervous. And we've managed to get away with it. Wonderful stuff. And we'll deal with those all day long. Just over 10 minutes to go. Smart's a bit tired, so we're going to take him off. James Ferry can have a run out. He's been brilliant for us and deserves to come on. He'll go back into the box-to-box role, as there's no danger of us not seeing this out now. Kennedy's getting told off by the referee. I'm not sure what he did, but he happily took it and didn't get a booking. It's very rare we get yellow cards. We never get stuck in, so hopefully it'll be okay. Shepherd with the delivery. Denham takes it off the keeper, but Shepherd gets the ball in again. Goes to Reyes and he scores. And now we're regretting that. A simple mistake at the back. And could it cost us yet? There's 2 more goals to go, but hopefully we can hang on. We are going to drop to cautious in a couple of minutes' time. Forest Green have gone to that 4-3-3 again, so we will have a rethink in a moment. Kennedy's lost the ball on the right. He's got to do better than that. And Sterry goes all the way back to the keeper. It's cleared long, but we should have intercepted that one too. Archibald finally does just that. He's got 3 running off him, finds Walland, goes for the shot, but it's straight at the keeper who comfortably claims again. Let's make some tactical changes. We're going to go to slow the pace down when we get the ball. We also want to regroup, hold our shape. There's no need for us to go forward now. We're completely in control and we just need to keep the ball for as long as possible. Let's get back into it. We might drop to cautious in a couple of minutes as well, but we've got to see this out first. George gets the ball to Wilding. Long down the right, it's given away, but McKee wins it back. Wonderful switch of play to Archibald. There's 2 running into the box. It doesn't beat either of them. It's straight at the keeper, and that's really poor from Archibald. Ashby Hammond, the keeper for Forest Green, is going to go long downfield. There's 3 up there, but it's straight at Wilding. Boot wins it back for Freer, though. Now to Reyes, the goal scorer on the left. He's been their one standout player, finds Miller, and George has saved us there. We could have been in real trouble there. We could have been in for a proper nervy grandstand finish, but thankfully George has saved us again. Another one with a rating above a 7. He does it nearly every game, and he's been absolutely fantastic when we've needed him. Reeves with a free kick. Guess who's there? George with a brilliant save down to his right, and it's behind for a throw-in, and his rating's creeping up again. He has been one of the best signings. Our director of football deserves so much credit for that. We got the affiliation with Liverpool thanks to our chairman, and he picked that man out almost immediately. The window opened on the 1st of January, and he had him in. A wonderful result overall. Not the best second half performance, but we managed to cling on, and we're going to Wembley for the playoff final. The lads were excellent. We just got to keep praising them, keep the confidence high, and hopefully it'll spill over into the final, where we'll be playing Rochdale. Let's quickly look at what was said about the game. Not much. First leg triumph helps us. We weren't great in the second and there wasn't much in it, but we did the job at home and we were comfortably through. Draper will be back for the final. We didn't have to risk him in the end, so he won't get any worse. I don't know why Giggs was there. Looking at Denham, our centre-half for the Wales squad, as well as the right-back Liam Shepherd from Forest Green. We'll do the press conference off camera in a minute, but you know what the next episode's going to be. A playoff final at Wembley, and after taking over in 22nd, this season could end in the most remarkable fashion with promotion to League One. If you did enjoy this episode, please put a thumbs up on it. Let me know in the comments what you think will happen in the final. Do you think we'll be able to do it? Achieve the unthinkable. 6 months ago, we wouldn't have dreamt of this. We were still managing Slough, struggling for players. So if we can pull it off, it'll be remarkable. But let me know how you think we'll get on. Subscribe to the channel for daily FM19 content from my 2 long-term stories. This one, the head coach, as well as our one club story, part of the furniture with Torquay United. There's also weekly content from FIFA 19 every Friday. We're in a lower league career with Crew Alexandra there. And for the next 3 or 4 weeks, we'll also have action from our Newcastle challenge, A few of you asked for an extra season after the Christmas challenge, and we're delivering that. So over the next 3 or 4 Fridays, you'll be able to catch that at 3 PM too. All of our other content comes out on the channel at 4:30 every day. But a massive thanks for watching this one as always, and we'll see you next time for the Wembley final.